So in the last lecture, we have covered what is central limit theorem. That will be our foundation for the inferential statistics and hypothesis testing. So before moving to hypothesis testing, in central limit theorem, we have seen that any distribution, if you take the samples, finally these samples will form a normal distribution with a standard deviation, that is sigma by root n, and mean as mu. If you have seen that, so now we need to see the normal distribution and Z table, that is how to calculate the standard score in normal distribution. Okay, so we have seen a normal distribution like this. So for example, let us take the mean, maybe for example, and height of the adults, the average height, let it be 170. It can go up to, like, this is maybe 185, and this is 155, and it goes on like this. So this is the normal distribution. So instead of doing this, that means taking the mean as 170, let us convert that into a standard normal distribution with mu is equal to, here it will be 0, and this can go like 3 point something, it can go up to infinity itself, right? So that is called the standard score. Let us see how to convert that into the standard score. So this is the formula that we use. That means Z is equal to x minus mu by sigma. So here, for example, let us take the height to be 170 and let the sigma be 5. So Z will be, if you are given 180, it is 180 minus 170 by 5, it is equal to 2. And if the height is 160, it will be minus 2. So this is called the standard score. So x is our raw score and mu is the mean, and sigma is the standard deviation. So this is particularly useful when we do the hypothesis testing, because in hypothesis testing we will calculate the Z score to calculate the probabilities. Okay, now let us see how you use this Z score for calculating the probability. Okay, let us look at a standard normal table. So let the question again be based on our height. The average height is 170. So you know it is normally distributed. Suppose you want to calculate the probability that let this be 160. Okay, so you need to calculate the probability that what is a person will have a height less than 160 centimeter. Okay, so that corresponds to this shaded area. Less than 160 centimeter means x less than 160 means it can be 150, 159, 140, 139, like that. It goes on like that. So it goes like this. Okay, so how to calculate the probability? So to calculate this probability, this is super useful. Why? So in that case, normally in Python you have inbuilt functions to calculate the Z and the probability. Otherwise you can use a probability table. So here let the sigma be 5 and Z score you can calculate. Corresponding to this, what is the Z value? Is 160 minus 170 by 5 is 2. It is minus 2. So this Z is minus, here it is minus 2. So that means you need to calculate the probability less than z is equal to minus 2. So you have a table like this. So you can see you have a table here. So Z score is given like this, minus 3.4, minus 3.3, etc. So in this case, our 2 is, so the 2 is not directly given, it is 2.1, but in the table you can find. So let this be 2.1. And here, the values given here are the probabilities. So probability that Z is less than minus 2.1. So that is what given here. So this table you can see. So this corresponds to, corresponds to 2.1, and this corresponds to 2.11, and this corresponds to 2.12, etc. That means for Z, for if you want to calculate for Z less than 2.14, probability that Z is less than 2.14, you take this 2.1 and take this also. So 2.14 here, so okay. So 2.14 means here, this value, this is, so probability of Z less than minus 2.14 is 0.0162. So this is the probability. This is comparatively very low. And if you move like this, for example, if probability of Z less than 2, then also you can calculate, that will be comparatively high. So this will be here, this 2, you need to calculate all this probability. Okay, and Z probability of Z less than 3, again, so it will be here, and the probability will be very high. So this is how you use the this Z value and the probabilities for calculating for calculations in our hypothesis testing. So again, coming back to the height case, so we have seen our height to be 170. You need to calculate the probability that a person will have a height less than 160 centimeter. And let us now take, what is the probability that a person will have a height less than 180 centimeter. So you will calculate the Z, it is 180 minus 170 by the standard deviation. Let us take it as 5. So it will be 2. So probability of Z less than 2. Okay, so it is 2 here. So this is the probability. You can see the probability will be very high, because the probability, almost all people have a height less than 180 centimeter. Only very few people have a height greater than 180 centimeter. So for that you will have, so this table, you have another table. You can calculate the value of Z is equal to 2, and then you can calculate the probability. So this is how you use the Z values for our calculations.